Hey, you know what's funny? If you sit down with folks in their 70s and ask them what they wish they knew back in their 50s or 60s, I bet not one of them says, I wish I squeezed an extra 0.5% out of my portfolio. What they actually would say will surprise you. And it might just change how you think about retirement. My name is Keith Wilson. I'm a financial advisor helping folks just like you navigate their way to retirement. Over the years, I've met with a lot of people in their 70s and have noticed that there are some things that they wish they would have done differently in their 50s and 60s. So in this video, I want to share with you what those 70-year-olds are saying. So let's get into it. All right, so here's the first thing that 70-year-old would tell you. Don't wait too long. You know those go-go years in your 60s? That's when you've got the energy to travel, golf, hike, play with the grandkids, maybe even finally take that cruise. Now, by the time you're in your mid-70s, the slow-go years set in. Health changes, energy drops, and suddenly that bucket list looks a lot longer than your stamina. And by the no-go years, well, let's just say that luggage stays in the closet. So your 70-year-old self would tell you, use your money when you can actually enjoy it. Now let's talk money, because your 70-year-old self has some regrets here too. First, cash flow beats net worth. Having a 7-figure portfolio is great, but if you're terrified to spend it, or it's tied up in accounts that make withdrawals tricky, it's not giving you freedom. Second, don't ignore taxes. Here's a big one. I hear it all the time from people in their 70s, and that is, I wish I didn't put every single dollar into my 401k. Now, why? Well, because at age 73, the IRS shows up with 3 little letters, RMD, required minimum distributions. So suddenly, all the pre-tax money is being forced out, whether you need it or not. And it can push you into a higher tax brackets. It could, mess with your Medicare premiums and really leave you with less flexibility. So what the 70-year-old version of you would tell your 50-year-old self is this: balance matters. Consider this. Put some money into Roth accounts where future withdrawals are tax-free. Build up your brokerage account for flexibility, because you can tap it anytime without age restrictions. And yes, save in your pre-tax 401k, but you may not want to put every single egg in that basket unless you like giant RMDs later in life. So think of it like retirement tax diversification. Your 70-year-old self is waving at you right now saying, please don't saddle me with massive RMDs. Now, of course, everyone's going to be different, and how much should be allocated to pre-tax money, like a 401k versus how much in Roth versus brokerage accounts, well, that's going to depend on your particular situation. Now, another thing is this: retirement isn't just about money. Your 70-year-old self would warn you that retiring from something is not the same as retiring to something. So without a plan, people naturally would get bored, restless, even depressed. You need purpose, you need hobbies, you need people. And speaking of people, when you look back, it's not the perfect asset allocation you remember. It's the trip with your grandkids, the family dinners, the volunteer work, the friendships. That's the real return on investment. Now, what about your health? I had a gentleman in his mid-70s tell me recently that he wished he invested in his health more so than his wealth. So staying active, eating well, and protecting mobility often matter more in your 70s than squeezing an extra percent out of your portfolio. So start your healthy habits now, instead of waiting until it may be too late. So here's the bottom line. If your 70-year-old self could sit across from you today, they'd probably say, spend more in your 60s while you can enjoy it. Diversify your tax buckets so you're not buried under RMDs. Don't forget, money is a tool. Use it to create memories, not just a bigger balance sheet, and maintain a healthy lifestyle, because retirement isn't about lasting longer, it's about enjoying longer. Hey, hope this gives you something to think about. If we need to talk, check out the resources below, and we'll see you next time. If you like what you're seeing so far, check out this next video. Subscribe to the channel. Lord willing, we'll see you next time.